Hello student, welcome once again. This is our last period on democracy and equality, and we will be learning in this period, we will be revising in this period. So our main learning objective will be revision of the topics, forms of government, that we learn in the first period. And what is democracy? Because democratic country, we live in a country which is democratic one. It's very important for us to understand what is democracy and the features of democracy. These are very important for us to live as a good citizen. And one of the features of democracy is division of power that makes government to function properly, because I keep repeating this, if there is concentration of the power, there are chances of power being misused. And in democratic country, people elect their representatives. The process called as election, and in election, all adults of society are given chance to cast their vote, which is called as universal adult franchise. And equality, all adults has equal right of voting. Government initiatives to ensure equality among citizens of the country. One of the scheme for introducing the equality is midday meal and a case study of civil rights movement in USA and and the constitution during the office. First of all, we'll see the forms of government. There are various forms of government. Of those, 4 major are discussed over here. We will discuss the democracy in details in the next slide. First form of government is authoritarian government. So it's the government of authority. One central authority is present over there, and that authority eliminates its competitor by suppression. So he is regarded as the sole power of society, sole power of the country. In that type form of government, there is no or least value is given for the welfare of the people, for the views of the people. The second form is monarchy. Monarchy is a form of government in which a person named monarch acts as a head of the state, and we can regard this monarchy as a kingdom. Monarchy form of government has 2 types. One, we have absolute monarchy, in which the monarch has limitless powers. He can do whatever he wants. And in constitutional monarchy, second form, the monarch has limited power by the constitution. So whatever powers given in the constitution to the monarch, he can execute such powers only. Example of constitutional monarchy is United Kingdom. Then we have communist form of government, which says that the resource of a country belongs to the community, and the resources are distributed according to the needs and abilities of the citizens of the country. The countries like China and Russia are the communist countries, and we are also slightly inclined toward the communism. And next is democracy. Understand what is democracy. The word democracy is derived from 2 words, 2 Greek words. Demos, which means people, and kratos, which means power. So it's the power of the people. Democracy means power of the people. And one of the main features of democracy is equal powers given to citizens. So demos means people, and kratos means power. So there is power of people. Power of what? Power to elect, power to control, and power to remove the government from the power. So people can elect the government So that's why democracy is ideal form of a government. So in short, we will define democracy as the government of people who are working in the government. People themselves are working in the government by the people. Who has elected those governing people? Peoples has elected the governing people. And for the people. For whom the government is working? Government is working for the people. That's why it is said that the democracy is government of the people, by the people, and for the people. So, main feature of the democracy is the power is vested in the people. And how the power is executed by the people, it is executed in the form of elections. So, in India, elections at the central level for the central government took place at every after 5 years. So, we elect our representative every after 5 years through a process called as election. And it's not ruled by one party alone. There are many parties. In India, we have adopted many party system. What's the reason behind that? The reason of having many parties is to have equal opportunities for all sets of people to express their views. So, everybody in India has power, has opportunity to express themselves. So, they can join any party that they want. So, many parties compete each other for the well-being of people. Now, among them, there will be only one party which will be the governing party. And the rest of other parties will be the opposition parties. Now, the work of the opposition party is to keep the ruling party in check. If the ruling party is working properly or not is checked by the opposition parties. So, opposition parties play a very key role in the democracy. The role of the opposition party is equal to that of the ruling party. Ruling party will form policies. The ruling party will form the ruling government. They will implement the policies formed by them. Opposition party will check on the ruling party whether they are doing welfare of people or not. And next feature of democracy is division of power. If the power is concentrated to one person, there are lots of chances of being misused. So, the power in India is divided into three main divisions. We have legislature, which include the House of the People, the Upper House, and President. So, President, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. This forms our legislature. It forms a parliament, which acts as our legislature. So, these people are involved in the law-making and policy-making. Executive body is separate from legislature. So, we have commissioners for each department that actually sees whether how to implement the laws formed by the legislature. So, all day-to-day activities, all form of governance are executed by the executive body. And judiciary, which is independent of both of them, acts as a checkpoint over both of them. Along with that, judiciary also solves the dispute of common people, disputes of one state with another state, dispute of a state in the center. And that's how, as the judiciary is independent from both of them, it can have its independent opinion. So that's why the key feature of Indian Constitution, key feature of Indian democracy is division of power. As the judiciary is kept independent, it's possible in India to have the unbiased judgment. So, how the elections are fought? Who votes in election? Adults vote in election is called as universal adult franchising. Any adult above the age of 18, irrespective of gender, caste, creed, occupation or religion, is allowed to cast a vote. All individuals of a country can cast one vote. It doesn't matter of what gender they are. It doesn't matter of what caste they are. creed, occupation, religion, doesn't matter over there. Everybody has equal right of voting. Everybody has equal right of voting, just one vote. It's not that a person who is highly qualified has a right to cast a 10 vote. Right? So, each person has a right to cast one vote. This is called as universal adult franchise. So, why it was possible? It was possible for the equality. If, let's consider a case. We have 10 people scored there. And say 8 people has a right to cast one vote. And 2 people has a right to cast 10 votes. Right? So, 8 people can say one thing should happen, and those 2 people can say other things should happen. As in this case, there is no equality on the votes which are given. The 2 people's vote becomes majority in the case that I explained, because those 2 people can cast 20 votes, whereas 8 people can cast only 8 votes. See a scene, let's change the scenario in which all people have right to cast one vote. Now, whatever majority people will think will happen. Right? So that's the significance of equality. That's the significance of having equal votes. And in India, all adults are given equal chance of voting. You see, in British India, there was a provision of elections. There used to be elections, but the voting right was not given to everybody. The voting right was a privilege of a special sect of the society. And again, votes were also not equal. So, due to our constitution, India could become such a beautiful democracy. Because in constitution, equality has been explained. Government has come up with various schemes to ensure the equality in the country. There is constitutional provision under Article 15 through the various laws like Atrocity Act. Untouchability has become offence with the introduction of various schemes for the education and for other development of those socially underdeveloped societies. Schemes such as midday meals are implemented by the government to ensure there is equality. Now, one of the schemes is midday meal, which was started by the government of Tamil Nadu. So, it is the scheme which refers to the program introduced in all government elementary schools to provide children with food and lunch. So, the children are getting lunch in the school itself. It was started by Tamil Nadu, and in 2001, Supreme Court guided all the states to conduct such a program in their states. And there are lots of positives from that midday meal scheme. The next case is of civil rights movement in America. Now, in USA, there is discrimination of people on the basis of color. The reason being, slavery was dominant in Europe, and USA, America, was one of the colony of the Europeans. So, the ruling class was from the Europe, and the slave class or the service class was from the African continent, which is black in color. So, gradually that slavery was abolished, but the evil stays in the mind of white people that the black people are some kind of inferior, and they kept teasing those black people. So there were no equal rights for the black people. Even if they are traveling in a bus, black people used to travel in the back seat. They could not seat the white people standing. So there was a discrimination on the basis of color in USA. But civil movement in middle 20th century, 1955 started in USA, and that led for the universal right of the black and white people to vote. So next our case is Tawa Matsasam. Now this is the case of the Tawa Reservoir. Tawa is the name of a river that originates from Chindwara, Mahadev Hills of Chindwara. From Batul, it flows to the Narmada in Hoshangabad. The dam was constructed, the construction was started in 1958 and it was completed in 1970. Due to the construction of this dam, lots of citizens were displaced, lots of people lost their livelihood. So, most of the people migrated themselves to the cities. But few remained there. And those people found a new job for their survival, that is the fishing. So they engaged themselves in the fishing. The return was very less. But in 1995, the government has come up with the contract fishing. And the contractors were given a right to choose the labor. And the contractor hired a cheaper labor, which deprived the locals of their job. Now, as the locals were not having any job, they will die. So what they did, they formed a corporation and they fought. They protested against the decision of the government. They fought with the government, and then the government had to form a committee which recommended in 1996 that the fishing right should be given to the Tawa Matsasam. Why this could happen? It could happen because our constitution is a living document. Something that has a life. That's the document is constitution. Our country is run by the constitution. So that is the example of how citizens can influence the policies of the government. That's why democracy is very important. Now, I hope that in this last lecture we could revise the topics, various forms of the government. We understood what is the government, the key features of the government, such as division of the power, universal adult franchising, and equality. We have also seen the initiatives of the government to ensure the equality, such as midday meal, and along with the case studies of civil right movement in America and Tawa Matsasam in Chindwara. So I hope you understood the entire unit. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in live sessions, commenting this video. So let's meet soon. Till then, take care. Bye.